日本時間4月19日、米国時間4月18日、ロサンゼルス。ドジャースは敵地でロッキーズと対戦。注目はやはり大谷翔平の存在だった。この日、大谷は出塁を記録し、連続出塁試合を49に伸ばした。球団記録であるデューク、スナイダーの58試合に迫る勢いで、打撃が完全に爆発していない状態でも結果を残し続ける異次元の安定感を示している。単なる長距離打者ではなく、得点機を生み出すエンジンとしての価値が改めて浮き彫りとなった。試合前には、日本から訪れた100歳の女性ファンが大谷ら日本人選手と対面。一生の夢が叶った、と語り、大谷は日本の誇り、と涙ながらに語る姿は、彼の影響力が国境を越えていることを象徴していた。一方、投手としての評価も高まっている。米メディアの間ではサイ、ヤング賞候補との声も上がり、重要な試合では打者以上に投手としての影響力が大きい、との見方もある。日本では、投手大谷、米国では、打者大谷、という認識の違いも議論を呼んでいる。ドジャースと大谷翔平、その存在は、記録と物語の両面で今季もメジャーリーグを揺るがし続けている。
Everybody, welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by your Toyota dealers, Sean Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., and Adrian Gonzalez. And Adrian, you play a four-game series. If you want to win the series, it's always important to get that first one. Dodgers did that. Now they'll try to make it two in a row.
Yeah, two in a row. I mean, this is a series that they should win. They should go in there expecting to win at least 3 out of 4. They got the job done yesterday, and today is day 2 to go out there and keep doing their thing. They have an advantage with the lineup and, you know, the opposing pitcher not having a great start to his season. So go out there and keep doing what they're doing.
Keep playing your game. I love how we're playing offensively from the pitching side, defensively as well. I have a great feeling about tonight. Dodgers against the Rockies, Lakers against the Rockettes.
All right, well, Shohei Ohtani, he pushed his on-base streak to 49 consecutive games last night with a double in that first inning. Since 1900, Hall of Famer Duke Snider is the franchise leader with 58 straight games reaching base in 1954. Also, that is the modern National League record as well. Sean Green did it 53 consecutive games in 2000. Shohei can tie Hall of Famer Wee Willie Keeler today with his 50th straight game reaching base. And Shohei has already set a number of Dodger records, MLB records as well. Here he is approaching another one. Adrian trying to reach base for the 50th straight game today.
I mean, he just looks at all the record books and puts a little box next to each one and starts checking them off as he's going. So it is great to see what he's been doing, what he's done so far in the Dodger uniform. And why not? Keep going. Keep doing it. Keep doing your thing. And, you know you're loving every minute of it, so keep enjoying it.
Obviously, this is carried over from last season to this season, but this season, he really hasn't gotten hot yet. You know, so that's just a great indicator of how poised he is in the batter's box, understanding I can really make a difference just being on base, drawing my walks, setting up the other guys, and last night did a great job. First at-bat double started the scoring.
All right, looking for the big 5-0 tonight. And last night, the Dodgers improved to 15-4 on the season. It's the best start by a Dodger team in almost 50 years since the 1977 Dodgers started that year 22-4. Kirsten Watson is with the Dodgers in Colorado. She joins us live from Coors Field with more ahead of Game 2. Hi there, Kirsten.
Hi, John. Yeah, this team, they look to keep the winning going, but I do want to lean into yesterday, this team started a 13-game stretch. That's 13 games straight. And Dave Roberts coming into this series, he made it very clear that he wants to use the full roster when it comes to finding ways to win here in Colorado. Today, if you look at the lineup, no Will Smith. You've got Andy Pages is batting third. Dave Roberts talked about managing Will here in Denver through this series, and also what he likes about getting Andy a little higher up in the order tonight.
Will's going to catch 3 this series. I guess, Andy, I just like his at-bats. I think for me, it's not having Will in there. I just feel that he deserves to take 5 at-bats tonight. And, you know, hitting behind Tucker, I think the quality of at-bat for me is very noteworthy. And, you know, to still have Teo in the 5, because I do think that innings are going to kind of bleed to him, as I say, and fall to him, where he's going to have to get a 2-out hit. But I do like Andy with the potential of getting 3 at-bats tonight.
It's all in sort of his mindset and his stay readiness this year. What What can you say about that and sort of how special that is?
It's growth. I think he's certainly maturing. You always want the player to want to play every day, and we all get that. But I do think that being ready and understanding what type of approach, swing, mindset he needs to have in this role is critical. And he's doing great. So I'm trying to find ways to get creative and get him in there.
One last bias question. Before in spring training, you were very high on him. You know, he was your pick to be the guy this year to break out. Could you have imagined that he'd be as hot as he is now?
I didn't expect hitting 400, but I did expect a much better process and a better hitter. And I think a lot of times that's kind of what I gauge my projections on, or my bets on, is a process and a mindset that I can trust and bet on. And so the work, the consistent work, the head space and understanding what's important to be a good hitter, those are things that I've seen consistently.
So first, just looking at this series and considering it is a 4-game series here in Denver to start the 13-game straight, Dave Roberts has made it clear that he's going to find ways to get guys off their feet. So today it's Will Smith. Tomorrow it could be Kyle Tucker or even someone like Teoscar Hernandez. But he's going to be very mindful of keeping these guys ready to maintain this 13-day straight before they get their next off day. When you look at Dalton Rushing, who's going to be able to step in and kind of pick up right where he's left off every time we've seen him go up to the plate or even working with the pitchers, he's in such a different position than he was last year. I had a really nice conversation with him yesterday, which he just said he just feels more confident. He feels like he understands the schedule, his role a little bit more, and he's really leaned in this offseason and focusing on simplifying his mechanics when it came to his swing, because he said that had to be the key for him. He had a very complex swing, and that was too challenging to maintain with getting limited bats or even one start a series or once a week, guys.
4 homers in his first 17 at-bats. Looks like a completely different guy so far. Kirsten, thank you very much. Here's the Dodgers lineup to go up against Rockies right-hander Ryan Feltner tonight. You've got Shohei, Kyle Tucker, Andy Pages going 1 through 3. Freddie Freeman's in the cleanup spot, followed by Teoscar Hernandez and Max Muncy. Dalton Rushing will do the catching and bat 7th. Then it's Alex Freeland at 2nd, Miggy Rowe at short batting 9th. Jerry?
I'm looking at the bottom of the order, led by Max Muncy. He had an outstanding night last night with the bat. How about Dalton Rushing? The start he's been on. Love the way he's swinging the bat. Alex Freeland continues to do great job with the glove. And he's starting to swing the bat a little bit as well.
Yeah, he had some really good swings yesterday. I am also looking at that bottom of the lineup, looking at Dalton Rushing, continuing to stay red hot today.
Thank you, John. Greetings from Denver. Saturday afternoon as the Dodgers and Rockies get ready for Game 2 of this 4-game series before baseball. Your local weather report. Temperatures in the upper 50s. What a heat wave after things were in the mid-30s on Friday and Coors Field was blanketed in snow. Much different climate for this second game. But no matter the weather forecast, the Dodgers have loved facing off against the Rockies. They've won 16 of the last 18 games against Colorado, and already 8.5 games separate these two clubs in the 2026 standings. Once again, from the broadcast booth next to the Bulldog Oral Hershiser, I'm Stephen Nelson. Kirsten Watson with us as well. But Oral, they say during a season you want to be about 500 on the road. The Dodgers much better than that to start.
Much better than that, and their roster is much better than the Rockies roster. So if they can just be experts at the basics, they're going to do just fine in this series.
6-1 on the road because this team is a juggernaut, as the talent suggests it should be. But in all facets, they've been getting involved.
Well, you know what? We know that the offense is going to fly. We know they can hit home runs. We know that they can have long rallies and put away pitching staffs. But they're pitching better. Last year, mid of the pack as far as team ERA. This year so far, first, second, right at the top as far as pitching and ERA. They are really hot right now with arms.
And some Dodgers still say that they haven't yet fully clicked, which is a scary thing to think about. Someone who is certainly clicking right now is Dalton Rushing. Kirsten Watson has more.
Yeah, Stephen, Dalton's coming off of his first ever Grand Slam. He already has 4 home runs on this season. If you look at his batting average, he's currently at .529. He has been on fire. I was talking to him yesterday. I said, what's the secret to what the difference has been from year 1 to year 2 from him? He said, not only is it just confidence, getting used to big league pitching, but he did say he made some key adjustments to his swing. In the past, when he was in the minors, he had a very complex swing that he could repeat when he was playing every single time. Now, with limited at-bats, he said he had to simplify a few things, and that has been the difference maker. And now he's just trying to ride that high, guys.
And it is riding high for sure. He's reached base in 9 of his last 14 plate appearances. Emmett Sheehan will get the ball trying to build on his last start. First pitch coming to Shohei Ohtani when we come back on Sportsnet LA. So Ohtani climbs in, and here we go. Bouncing ball at first. Fielded by, oh my gosh, and the ball skips away off the glove of Feltner on the feed from Johnston. And Ohtani reaches to start the game.
They had maybe the most special thing that could happen to a starter against the Dodgers in this park. Ohtani grounding out on the very first pitch of the game, and they can't execute a 3-1 putout. The top of this Dodger order has not caught fire yet. Kyle Tucker looking to get hot. Ohtani got 2 hits last night, now reaches on an error. See what Tucker can do with that hole over there at first base.
First pitch is launched to deep right field. Kyle Tucker with a tank. Tucker makes it hurt. The E3 on Johnston, and then on the second pitch thrown by Feltner, Tucker goes 435 feet.
The error was kindling for this fire to start. Tuck has been looking for some explosion, and he got all of this. Upper deck, I don't care for a mile high. That's a blast.
All right, I got it.
Nice too, you know.
Yeah, you can see your own photos right now. Your picture with Sugano. You got an autograph from Shohei Ohtani. This is a big day for you.
Yeah, big days. My lifetime. So I'm glad I live 100 years. So then I'm so dream come true, you know. I watch every game, you know, they play. So baseball, I never miss them. You can ask my daughter. Every day I watch TV, but first time coming here, so they watch too, so.
How important is it for you to see Japanese baseball players playing in the Major League Baseball?
Yeah, I never see. First time. This guy no nice too, huh? He very nice guy. So I told when he pitches, my daughter, my son of come see that, you know. He retired already, so he probably come. He's very, he planned to go Japan this year, you know, this June. Only baseball team he want to visit Japanese baseball team, but he decided, you know, that rain season, so everything not good, right? They go up price, you know, airfare, $2,000 something.
Momoya, thank you so much for being here today. We love seeing you today. We're glad today was a special day for you.
I never miss though.
All right, guys, back to you.
I watch it.
Isn't that special? Honestly, it was incredible pregame to watch the players come over and interact with Momoyo.
She's a survivor of Nagasaki. She was 19 years of age.
John, how are we doing this week?
We're doing good. Augusta came and went. We can focus on baseball a little bit more now. You know, as the season starts warming up, the weather starts warming up, we find out a lot about teams here in this month.
I want to start with you this week with a conversation I've been having over the last week or so, and it's with Shohei Ohtani. Shohei Ohtani has been unbelievable on the mound. He gave up his first run in his most recent start. He ballooned his ERA to 0.50. He struck out 10 guys in 6 innings and was again masterful on the mound. John, you've had high praise throughout our time on this show talking about Shohei Ohtani as a pitcher. Could we see Shohei Ohtani win a Cy Young Award this year?
Well, based on the, I don't want to say watered down statistics of innings pitched, the answer is yes. You know, because he's spread out and they're going to take their time with him, and because he does obviously superstar hitter too, you typically would think that it would take about 180 innings, but 160 innings, I think, if I'm mistaken, is one of Cy Young. So the answer is yes, but I've always felt that. Like, I felt like we've talked about it, and, whatever people think, I don't care because I'm right, is that the fact is that he's showing what he can do now on the mound. He's always showed what he could do at the plate. But he didn't hit in this last game, so he was totally focused on pitching, which is a unique thing, by the way, because he doesn't do that very often. Yeah. And I'm just telling you that his arm is so good and his ability to manipulate the baseball is so gifted that I would not be shocked if his ERA is well below his batting average. And that's not saying his batting average is going to be like 320. So let's just say his batting average is 260. I think his ERA is going to be lower than his batting average, which would be one of the most incredible things that you can think of.
I think he wants it. And that's an interesting conversation because everybody that does what they do, like Paul Skeens wants it, Tarek Skubal wants it. But Shohei, seemingly, when he sets his mind to something, for example, the year he was out with his first year with the Dodgers, he wasn't pitching. He wanted to do something different. So he went 50-50. He started the 50-50 club. He's back on the mound now. And he's always talked about pitching, and he views himself as a pitcher. I think he wants to win a Cy Young Award, and I think he knows that innings conversation is going to be a thing. So, one, do you agree with that? But two, I think I'm excited to see him push that extra inning per start because I think he knows he needs those innings.
I think if he's on any other team, this wouldn't be a discussion. But because the Dodgers are in such an elite position, they're going to manipulate their roster and their pitching rotation because their only eye on the prize is winning another and manufactured third world championship in a row. So I think that hurts him a little bit. But I also think they have the utmost respect for Shohei Ohtani as long as it's not going to hurt the future of the playoffs. They'll give him that opportunity. Why wouldn't you? He's franchised. He's the franchise. He's made you a ton of money, and you've paid him a lot of money that's coming later. So I think if it was on any other team that wasn't in the position the Dodgers are, he would absolutely pitch 180 to maybe 200 innings. So I think you're right on that, and I think he's going to utilize his mind, his will, and his extreme talent to put to bed once and for all that he can do whatever he wants to do.
Yeah. Before we move on from Shohei, an interesting question for you that I had earlier this week that kind of sparked a lot of interesting answers. How do you view Shohei? And it's interesting because I think a lot of people from Japan, and Shohei himself included, view him as a pitcher first. But a lot of Americans, I think, view him as a hitter first, pitcher second, as a Hall of Fame pitcher watching Shohei, but an American. How do you view Shohei Ohtani? Hitter first or pitcher first?
Well, I've always viewed him a pitcher first, but it's skewed because they here in the States have only get to see him as a starter. I mean, very few as a starter. He's been hurt.
Yeah.
So that interaction of what is he, for sure here in the States, he's a hitter because that's what they've gotten to see him do. Yeah. But now they're going to have their minds blown away when they see the result of what he's able to do. He's going to have a bad game. Everyone does. He's going to have 2 bad games. But what you're seeing is the talent coming out, and I believe what's in his heart. He wanted to be the best pitcher in the major leagues. Oh, by the way, he wanted to break the mold and be a two-way player, which he's done. And now he's won MVP after MVP, and he's going to continue to do that as long as he stays healthy. So to me, I've always seen his arm as one of the greatest assets, period. Because if you ask me today, Game 7, what's more important for the Dodgers, him on the mound or him at the plate? It's not even close for me. It's him on the mound because his impact is going to be far greater than his ability to get 4 at-bats, which he may get walked 4 times and not even get an opportunity to hit. You can't do anything about him on the mound if he's on. He impacts the game that much more. So that's why beyond his ability to not only hit home runs and steal bases, when he's doing both, it limits a little bit what he can do at the plate. And people don't understand that because he's not going to steal 50 bags if he's pitching and hitting. So because we got to see him do that as a hitter without pitching, it skews everybody, and rightfully so.
And I think we got to see at least a little taste of it the other day. It was really the first start. I don't remember. It's been a long time that he's been able to be a starting pitcher and not be in the lineup. And man, his stuff was the best I've seen it in a long, long time.
And I will say this. I think long term, if he keeps doing this, long term, the Dodgers are going to have to give him that day off at the plate when he pitches. There's going to have to be some rest. This guy's not superhuman where he can just keep doing this until, he's 38 years old. So at some point, this would be a good recipe for the Dodgers and for him.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき、本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければ、チャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が、今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた、次回の動画でお会いしましょう。